Yosemite National Park is home to the El Capitan rock formation. It's basically a 3,000 foot tall rock wall that people from around the world come to climb. If you aren't fastened to the ropes, one slip will ultimately mean your death. And over time, there have been a number of climbers who have attempted this, but only one of them has lived to celebrate a victory. And that's the story we get to explore. So does Free Solo deliver a documentary that really covers and highlights the dangers and possible perils of climbing 3,000 feet up without a parachute or any ropes? Or should we all just go try our luck actually rock climbing instead? Let's talk about it in this review. This isn't the story of one rock face that people from around the world come to climb, and it's also not the story or the history of one of the national parks right here in the United States of America. The story explores what it means to be a determined and focused individual who is more concerned with achieving a personal goal than your actual personal safety. There's plenty of background information regarding the El Capitan and the climbers who have tried and failed to scale it without any ropes, so that by the time Alex Holland actually begins his ascent up the mountain, we realize how perilous this climb can be. Jimmy Chin and team did a fantastic job actually capturing and delivering this story to us to show us the intensity of this climb. They also did a great job with the up close, the intimate, personal, and raw moments with Alex, with the team involved in this film, with those closest to Alex. Alex in this film comes across as a very curious fellow who has this ability to kind of focus super intently on something. And if anything were to try and become a distraction in the way of that one thing that he's focusing on, he is able to completely remove it out of his line of sight and out of his life. And in this film, we actually see him journaling each of his climbs. After every climb, he gets out his notebook and he actually jots down step by step what each of the climbs felt like, detailing and cataloging which foot he had to put where, how much pressure, kind of which fingers and how many fingers, and if he had to use his thumb, just to get into like a tiny little rock crevice to detail how exactly he made each climb each day during this film. It reminded me of the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes films, where we see Sherlock Holmes kind of going step by step through the fight that's about to take place so he can actually figure out how he's going to win this fight before the fight's even started. That was very similar to what we see Alex's thought process kind of working itself out so that he knows how to make these climbs successfully each time. Alex's mind works in a very particular fashion, and it serves him very well. For me, the most fascinating aspect in this story wasn't actually the climb itself, wasn't Alex, and it wasn't really like the personal relationships and everything else that we explore in this film. What really piqued my interest the most was actually how we see the production team climbing right alongside Alex on the mountain as the filming continued. So as Alex is practicing each of his climbs, you see the production team going right up the mountain with him. They're securing their own ropes and they're fastening themselves to the mountain face so that when he does actually make the climb without any ropes, they're still going to be securely fastened to the mountain with all of the camera gear strapped to their person. And they shot the film from several different angles, right? So they had cameras on the ground shooting up towards the mountain as we see him kind of scaling higher and higher. They were right there on the mountain, 1,000, 2,000 feet up in the air with him, shooting right next to him as he's making the climb without ropes. They're at the top of the mountain shooting down. They used drones. Now on the DVD extras, we've all seen those behind the scenes features. I know I've watched them where you see the camera crews lugging the gear, the microphones, the cameras, etc. through the snow, through mountaintops, across lakes, whatever the case may be, but I've never actually seen a production team strap on their cameras and climb up a mountain with the guy to shoot the film. Again, just seeing Jimmy Chin and his production team make that climb with Alex was very impressive. I also enjoyed how they highlighted some of the other climbers that tried to make that climb without any ropes or anything like that, because as they're making it up and failing, these people are falling off the mountain and actually dying, except for one who we actually see open up his parachute and kind of like float down to the park at a certain point in the film. So I know that sounds kind of dark. I get it. I know. However, this is a documentary, right? This is about real people doing real things. And if we don't understand the dangers, if we don't understand the possible peril, if we don't understand what can truly happen, if we don't understand the enormity of this task that Alex is taking on, I don't think we have as compelling a story. And to the film's credit, it gives us all the pertinent information we need without over sensationalizing anything. So they weren't celebrating these crazy climbers who didn't make it and live to tell the tale. They just give us the information so we understand the dangers, the real dangers that are present on this climb. So again, once we see Alex start ascending up the mountain, we know exactly what could happen if anything goes wrong. Free Solo is playing at your local movie theater right now, and I am definitely recommending a big screen viewing of this film. And when I say big, if you've got it playing in IMAX near you, see this in IMAX. Especially if you are a person that likes the outdoors, you enjoy documentaries, or you yourself are a rock climber. The film does a great job showing and revealing to us the real, intimate, raw nature of a man who is dead set on achieving a personal goal, and at the same time, by doing that, creating a brand new world record. This one climb added the name Alex Holland to the Wall of Fame, but by the end of the film, we find out, and at least it looks this way, that Alex is more happy and more pleased that he achieved this personal goal he set for himself more than actually creating a brand new world record. Alex, the production team, and everybody involved in this film did a great job of showcasing perseverance, determination, heart, overcoming your fears, and achieving your goals. And because of that, Free Solo is getting all the high fives from this guy. Free Solo is playing at your local movie theater right now. Definitely check this one out in IMAX.